Welcome back for episode 13 of Pentagon for Gold. We're doing really well in the league this season. We've played 8 games with 21 points. We've only lost 1 game all season, and that means that we're just 1 point behind Sundowns and Supersport United, both of whom have played at least 2 games more than us. The one game we did lose was against Orlando Pirates. We got very unlucky. Liam Byrne got sent off pretty early on, and then we conceded a late winner before Kevin Rivas got sent off himself. What actually happened after the game is quite unusual because Kevin Rivas should never have been sent off. It was a fantastic tackle. And I appealed it and they ruled that I actually had grounds for it. So I got to keep him. I think he would have missed the next PSL game against Kaiser Chiefs, as it happens. And he's totally fine to play in the next couple of games in the PSL. Meanwhile, in the Confederation Cup second round, we got through comfortably. And that means we are in the group stage where we face Al Ahly, Shendi, Al Masri and USM Alger. Looking at the whole of the tournament groups that are around here, I'd say we've got a pretty good chance of winning this. I'd say Cape Town City are a big problem. And perhaps RS Berkane or TP Mazembe. I think those are probably the 2 other strongest teams. Not heard of anyone in Group C, and I don't think Group D should prove too much problem outside of Cape Town City. So I reckon we've got a really good chance of winning this tournament. Financially, we are not doing as well as we were. I think that's just because we're overspending on our wage budget, but at least we've got plenty of money coming in for the rest of the season at some points, so there's not too much to worry about. Meanwhile, in the Telcom knockout, we'll be facing Cape Town City in the quarter-final. And the Nedbank Cup, we're not actually in it yet, but we should be reasonably soon. Sadly, I did try to get a new coaching course sorted once I'd completed my National B licence. Unfortunately, the board would not let me do that because they felt that it would mean that I would be wanted by bigger clubs, which is a bit selfish of them. I mean, I sort of understand the reasoning behind it, but it's just a bit annoying. I can't find it myself, so I'm just stuck with this National B licence. I remember when I was at HUS Agadir last year on the Pentagon Save, I had no problems like this. I'm pretty sure I got to one of the Continental licences when I was with them. It might even have been the second Continental licence. So I'm not quite sure why Cape Town Spurs are being so difficult and digging their heels in. I guess I'll have to approach them again as soon as it's possible, but it doesn't seem likely I'll be able to do that. And I hope that doesn't hold me back from getting good jobs in other continents. I'd imagine we'll either go to Asia or Mexico next. I probably want to go to Mexico first because I think with going to China, if you get a sugar daddy club, it does help. You get a lot. You can get pretty much anyone you want into the club. I'm not quite sure how the new rules in China with the wage restrictions and all of that, how that's going to work. But I think this year in FM it doesn't actually come into play. So I guess I can just sign anyone for hundreds of thousands of pounds in their wages and millions of pounds up front. So I'd probably rather go to Mexico where the funds wouldn't be quite as good. And then I definitely want to go to South America fourth. So after those 2 and before Europe. We've also had the World Cup recently, which resulted in a big rest for my team. And I noticed England didn't even qualify. Crazy. Look at the World Cup tournament overall. Spain won it. Mali actually topped their group. If we have a look at these groups, Mali topped the group ahead of Belgium. And I don't think there's any Nigeria topping the group ahead of Germany. Let's see who got through to the second round. So Mali continued their crazy run. The only home team to actually win that, which is a bit crazy. Getting to the quarters, they were still going through. So they actually got to the semi-final of the World Cup, losing out to the eventual winners Spain. Before the final was won by Spain against Portugal, and Netherlands destroyed them in the third place playoff. In today's episode, therefore, we're going to play against Al Ahly Shendi. They are a Sudanese team with 1 player, so we'll probably destroy them, and they've got awful facilities and everything. So I'd say that the game's heavily in our favour. And then we will play against Kaiser Chiefs, who are currently 4th in the DStv Premiership, but are expected to finish 2nd. And how far off are they? So they're 1 point behind us, with us having 2 games in hand. So you'd fancy us for this. But who knows? They are a good team, and we can't count our chickens before they've hatched. Because Al Ali Shendi shouldn't be too much of a challenge, I'm going for a little bit of a weakened team. So Mukamela starts at right back over Iverson. Sumahoro starts at centre back, even though he's out of contract. Fumbitsai is at left back, with Shalulile in the midfield and Jesse Don in the defensive midfield position. Buchanan and Narodian are actually my only fit wingers, aside from Fumbitsai and Sidat, who are primarily left backs. We've also only got 6 subs today, as do our opposition. But that's just because we've got a lot of players unregistered or injured, because I've made a fair few signings after the registration window. For the other team, I have no clue who any of these players are. I think one of their Abdullahs is a real player. I suspect the captain, the left back. But aside from that, they've not got any household names. So let's head into this game. We are definitely favourites. Let's hope that the second team can pull a win out of the bag, get us going well in this group. So let's have a quick look at the group that we're in. So the other game, is that going on right now? Al Masri, yes, they are winning already with the 6th minute penalty. I think it says, okay, he missed a penalty and then they scored after that, but it hadn't fully updated by that stage. And here is the first chance of the game, first opportunity for us to get something on the board. And here they are. We're trying to press them, and Matizwa did well to get into the position to win it, but then lost it immediately. We've now got it back though, and Fumbitsai with a chance to cross it in from the left. Defenders backing off him, and Shalulele puts it away. He's been in good goal scoring form this season. He's played a lot in this tournament. He's definitely not our star player, given that we've got Velapai in his place, and Kupstad also is playing mainly as a Mazzala this season. But he's been very good when he has played. And that, it does obviously help that most of the games he plays in are usually 5 or 6-0 wins, but you still got to take your chances and score, so fair play to him. It's now 2-0 in the other game. We are at home in this game, so it'd be nice to get some goals on the board and really assert our dominance over this group. Liam Byrne finds Fumbitsai. Once again, he's running down the left wing. Not great challenging from the defenders there. Nice back heel from Narodian. And now Chelis, and somehow it snuck in. Not quite sure what happened there. Keeper was all at sea. But what has happened there? So yeah, lovely bit of play from the boys. Wonderful back heel from Narodian. Really clever play. And the keeper's just flapped at it. Awful keeping. I assume he's not a real player. Yeah, he's not a real player, so he's never going to be particularly good. A couple of the boys are already complacent, which we don't want, but we've at least managed to get Narodian to be motivated instead. It's still 2-0 in the other game, so Al Masri are currently top of the group on alphabetical order. But can we go top here? Narodian. Oh, it's a beautiful goal from Narodian. Really good free kick. We might look to make some subs shortly. Get some of our less used players on. We are utterly dominating this game. They still haven't had a shot yet. 3 yellow cards for them. Fumbitsai, as always, is playing well. I think probably what we want to do is get Buchanan at striker. Oh, maybe not actually, because I haven't got many wingers fit. Let's see who we've got on the bench. So we've got Beloy. Sidat can definitely come on. He can come on for Narodian and then go to left back. That way Fumbitsai can go on the wing because he's always pretty good there. Lucky Beloy should probably come on. I think I'll bring him on for Mukamela, and then we'll let the others have a bit more time to themselves. See who tires first. Buchanan sending it in. And again. And almost sneaks it into the top corner. Looks like it came off the bar rather than being saved. And now we'll get Buchanan off. I might just chuck my goalkeeper there, to be honest. Not really any point putting anyone else there because they may get injured. Occasionally do this. So I've done this a couple of times in Champions League games in my Aston Villa save that I did, but never bit me in the butt. Matiz was scored again. 17th goal of the season. Very nice. We thoroughly deserve to win this game, and we are currently sitting top of the group. Wonderful performance. Now let's hope we can continue that in this group. And then the next game you'll see me for is the Kaiser Chiefs game in the league. In what is our first league match in about 3 months now, we're playing Kaiser Chiefs at home. I've gone for a strong team, so Iverson and Mukamela both start, in spite of the fact that their primary position really is as right back. Chellis has gone into the deep-lying playmaker role in defensive mid. Villapai is playing as a box-to-box with Kupstadt as a Mazzala. And then I've got Buchanan and Rodion on the wing still. And plenty of players on the bench who could come in and do a job if need be. Mostilaga is still injured. He had, I think it was maybe a 4 to 6 month injury that he had towards the start of the big break that we had due to the World Cup. He's mostly getting better now. He's got 3 to 6 weeks left, so still won't be available anytime soon, really. But that's awful defending. They just whacked one long ball over the top of us, and George has put it away. Poor defending. Let's hope we can get back into this. We actually drew our second game in the Confederation Cup, and we're already back in this. Brilliant finish from Keegan Buchanan, who is still having this monstrous season. What a performance from him. But yes, so we drew in that second game. We were away from home. We dominated the game in large parts and just conceded one of the couple of chances that they had. Not the worst result, and we will hopefully beat them at home anyway. So we should be fine. And here is Cupido sending a long ball in, and Velapai's won it back. Can he do anything here? Gone for the shot. He was at quite a tight angle, so he would have struggled to get it in from there. But here's Kuhn. Msengi heads it, but it's gone to Matabela. And now Seabi. They've gone for another long ball, and Levenberg, what are you doing? That's twice now they've just whacked the ball long, and our defence hasn't been anywhere near George. Levenberg didn't even look like he was trying to save that there, and look at these stats. They've scored both shots they've had. Shocking. Gonna give the boys a berating at half time if it goes on like this. I'll fire them up for now. And it's done a decent job on some of them. But most of the chat will be done at half time because this is not good enough. There we go. That's motivated all the people that need to be motivated. Let's go attacking. We might as well, since we're still dominating the game. Might open us up even more for their annoying counters. But Buchanan scored again. And it's a nice little bit of play from the lads. Sengi throws it in, and not quite sure what happened there, but Keepstat's done well to pick that up and instantly find Buchanan, who's having a stormer of a game. But he's also the most tired player, but that just comes from the fact that I don't have any wingers fit, really, aside from him. I don't want to be bringing him off, but he is very tired now. I guess I'll have to get Sandoval on for Buchanan and hope that we can nick another goal. It's not what I wanted to do, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Let's get some more subs on. Anyone on for Narodian? From Bidzai can come on. And Philippi is nervous for some reason. Let's get Kupstadt into defensive midfield. Get Velapai as the Mazzala. And then we can get Lucky Beloy on as a box-to-box. Let's demand more from the boys because we could really do with winning this. Oh, let's see how this goes and then we'll make a decision on what shout to use. Sandoval looks a little bit injured here. Just about found from Bidzai, who sent it in, and Sandoval, and he's fumbled it in, Kuhn. And now Sandoval has got a goal, despite looking quite injured and how slowly he was running there. He's managed to get the header in. Great. We've turned this around. Let's hope we can keep a hold of this lead. Mukamela and Kupstad are both very tired. We have actually got a game in 2 days' time, which is frankly ridiculous. But given that we've played about half the game, about double the games this season compared to everyone else, it's not entirely surprising we've got a bit of fixture congestion going on. Particularly as we've played 3 or 4 games fewer than most teams in the league. Phenomenal effort to come back in that game. We deserve that thoroughly. They didn't really offer much aside from those 2 long balls. But as you can see, the only other team that have played... Actually, there's 2 teams that have played 9 games with us, and those are TS Galaxy and Maritzburg United. Both teams that are doing not brilliantly. We're actually playing TS Galaxy next. So hopefully we can get a win in that. In the meantime, Buchanan, once again, I feel like you've seen this a lot where I've been praising him in front of goal. I'm starting to worry that it'll get to the point where I praise him and he doesn't take it very well. Classic. Yeah, we were definitely the better team. I don't know what that manager's talking about. So yes, as we look into these tournaments, we are currently in 3rd place in the DSTV Premiership, but unless something crazy happens, we should go top. And we've got a really good goal difference after 9 games, so I'm pretty impressed with us so far. In the CAF Confederation Cup, we are currently only being... We are top of the group, but Al Masri have also got a draw against us, so they are 2nd place. We'll play them again soon once we've played USM Algiers twice. So hopefully that is a good sign that we can actually make some headway this season, because we're doing phenomenally so far. We're in every single competition still. We've won the MTN8. Financially, we're starting to lose some money. Projection has us down to 893k in the red again. But if we look at the rules, so if we keep doing well in the DSTV Premiership, each period you win 150k if you are top. I think we won the first period. We have a good chance at the second period as well. And then the PSL itself, if we win, we get 698k, and we get into the preliminary round of the Champions League, which I think would probably actually become a proper place in the Champions League, because it depends on who wins the cup and as to which team the second place goes to. And then in the other competitions, the Confederation Cup, the least we could get now is 214k, but we're looking pretty good to go through to the quarterfinal, where if we went out, we'd get 349k. So financially, we're actually okay. There's a lot of I think the projection's a little bit over the top in its in its underestimation of how we're doing financially. But yes, we are struggling a little bit on the wage budget. 1.53k in the red, and committed spending we've got even more, because I'm trying to bring in a couple of players, and Wally Yonk looks like he's on his way out. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you next time. In the meantime, though, have a wonderful day and a great week.